It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Tennessee Titans. It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in week 4. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. The NFL's active leader in rush yards, Derrick Henry, trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Levis to throw off play action. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Fighting his way through contact.
Man, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now, because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, this guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll give it to Mixon. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal.
Not a whole lot there on first and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Another try for Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
You talk about this Bengals defense. They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
Even better than that, they pitched a shutout in that game, and I'm telling you, that is a confidence builder and a trust builder on both sides. And what I mean by that is coaching staff putting together a game plan.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
What I continually hear from running backs and offensive linemen is how often they're actually getting together to watch film so they can get in sync with each other, understand blocking patterns better, how a running back likes to cut, what he wants to do.
Touchdown, Bengals! Irv Smith Jr., his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. A 2nd down throw from Levis. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Oh, this defense for the Bengals, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
3rd and 2, here's Levis. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Titans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. A 1st down carry for Henry. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one. And what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
On 1st down, Levis. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this 1st quarter. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Mixon with a first down carry. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. You talk about this Titan defense. They were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass, you know, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
Back to Mixon on second down. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
One, ready?
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now a 3rd and 6. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. The LSU connection. Burrow to Chase for the Cincinnati first. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
On second down, Burrow. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Boyd. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 3rd and 4 now. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now it's Burrow. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
On 1, ready?
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Mixon again. And this time he'll get down close to the goal line, but not quite in as he stopped at the 1-yard line. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Mixon will take this one in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. McPherson now for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Henry up the middle. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 2nd down and 3. They'll run it again with Henry. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
3rd and short. It's Levis. Pass taken in by his big tight end. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. He will find his man Chase complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it is 28-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Forced out to his left. And Levis with a smart move, sliding down after picking up the 1st. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a 1st-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the 1st down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up second down.
Second down, here's Levis. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Levis sets up to throw here. That's caught by McMahon.
Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Miles Murphy, he's the one who got in there and hit him for a loss.
Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
So still 14 yards to go, second down.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback.
Open man is McMahon. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
11 MT tight. 11 MT tight.
On second down, here's Burrow. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Burrow looking to pass. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. From midfield now, Burrow.
Open man is Chase, complete.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
This is Mixon on the draw. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10.
49 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Second down from the 8. They can get a first down by reaching the 5. Again, it's Mixon. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a first and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. Here's a run with Mixon, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
I just wonder if before that last play, if someone on the defense stepped in the huddle and said, we've been run over, run around, run through all game long. Can we come up with one stop right here? And on that play, they did.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal. They'll bring a tight end in motion. Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
11. Stop.
Mixon trying to punch it in. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Check down, complete to Haskins. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it's second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Inside handoff, Henry. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and
1. Levis on 3rd and 1. And that will be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll run for it with Henry. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Mixing up the middle, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Back to Mixon on second down.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On third down, Burrow.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out. Yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Willis, and an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Willis out of the gun.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
They go play action with Willis. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Here we go. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
11, 11, 11, 11.
Mixon will try the right side. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
With that kind of run on 1st down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
2nd down and 6 now.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
11, 11.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Now he's going to get it on the jet sweep. And that one never got off the ground. He's going to be stopped up well behind the line of scrimmage. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Let's go now.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Willis on the option to the right. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Willis, 4th down, has to have it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Here we go.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Now Burrow. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll give it to Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, at some point, these defenders absolutely have to say, we've just got to make a stand. We've had enough of this.
Giving up a lot of points in this game, but looked better on that play. Another try for Mixon. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's already gotten in 3 times. You can't give up a 4th one. And on that play, they were able to make the stop.
And you knew they were going to go to him to try to get that 4th.
And why wouldn't they? It's not just getting the 4th. He's the hot hand, so to speak, right? The hot feet in this situation. And he knows how to find the end zone. That time, he just didn't get there.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
And more, he's going to sit on this one, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Got it. Ready?
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter and a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board? So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
Hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. They go play action with Willis.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. And he is going to lose yardage here. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Mike Hilton.
Well, this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest. But now another feather in the cap of this defense as they pick him off for the second time.
You're right about that. Things have been going pretty well for them, to put it mildly. But they're still out there hunting for big plays and get another one right there.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
This is 2nd and 8.
Again, it's Mixon. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th.
11 mighty.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. McPherson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. Goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase. Willis throws another interception, his 3rd of the game.
Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Here we go.
Burrow down to a knee, and that should be the final act of this one.
And the clock will roll down to zeros. 4 weeks in, 4-0. I don't think anybody needs to alert the 72 Dolphins just yet, but great start to the season.
Great start. How about taking a knee at the end? And there's no better feeling for a team than to do that, to close out a victory. But you're right, at 4-0, they're sending a message to the rest of the league. They're going to be tough to deal with.
For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play, and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Boy, I mean, I obviously don't have an answer to that, but that